Frank tells tales of 1852.
A real airman would be able to tell.
While Joe's
No, you're full of shit. Not at that fucking altitude.
A real airman in the space down there. He can tell me what kind of fire.
Together they're
Yeah, they'd be full of shit too.
So grab a seat and settle
They've
in.
always had their mouth flapping about how wonderful they are. So
About to begin. It's time for the Frank and Joe Show.
All right, that's enough stroking, Frank.
hey, thank you.
That's not what we're here for.
Don't
He gets
start no
enough
shit,
anyway
Joe. Don't start no shit.
from his home health care nurse. All right, that's enough. Happy Thursday for the Frank and Joe Show. We've got myself, Joe, and we got
Don't
Frank.
start no shit,
Frank, how
Joe.
you doing this afternoon?
Don't start no shit.
From his home health care nurse. Happy Thursday for the Frank and Joe Show. We've got myself, Joe, and we got Frank. Frank, how you doing this afternoon?
I'm doing wonderful, Joe. I was getting a lot of feedback there for a minute. So go ahead.
Okay, well, let's try something else. How about the space? I got the trash truck directly in front of my house. Can somebody else talk for about 30 seconds? Either way, happy Thursday.
We
It is time
definitely will.
for Frank
I'm
and Joe
doing
Show. We've
wonderful,
got,
Joe. I was
Corey
getting a lot of
and,
feedback there
Doc,
for
who
a
else is in
minute.
there
So,
running that little space?
go ahead and say
It's
so.
Corey
Yeah, I'm
and
getting a
Doc
lot of
running the
feedback
space
from my
for us.
trash truck in front of my house. I'm sure everyone's enjoying that. But either way, happy Thursday.
talk to our
It
folks
is
in the
time for
space.
Frank and Joe Show. We've got
let's
Corey
see, try that.
and Doc.
Corey,
Who else is
how
in
are
there,
things in there?
running that little space
Does
with you?
anybody have
Just
anything
Corey
to
and
say
Doc
off
are
yet?
running the space for us, our companion space. You
Everything's
see them on
going
the
all
screen.
right.
We
When
try
you do
something
have
a
a
little
hand up,
different
we have
this
Cody,
week. But let's talk to our folks in the space. Let's see. Try that.
Yeah, I'm still
Corey,
not
how are
that.
things in there? And does anybody have anything
Cody,
they
do
want
you
to say
have
off the
anything to
get?
say, my friend? Because I
Everything
see
is
your
going
hand
all
up as
right.
well.
When we do have a hand up, we have
It's been
Cody.
a mystery. Let's try to solve
with
it
his black hand up.
now.
Well, that
Boy.
mystery can easily be solved by just clicking on my
Yeah, I'm
PFP
still
and
not
realizing
seeing that.
the hand is
Cody
fake.
has his
But
hand up.
Cody, do you have anything to say,
Okay,
my
then,
friend? 'Cause
I'm
I
going
see
to
your
say
hand
that
up
as
as well.
no, and we're going to move along.
It's been a mystery.
All right,
Let's try to
Frank,
solve
we've
it
got some,
now.
Boy,
Well,
I'm
this
getting,
mystery can easily be solved by just clicking on my
You got what?
PFP and realizing
I'm getting a delay or something. I'm hearing
Okay,
double
then
voices,
I'm going to say that
Joe.
as a no, and we're going to move along.
Are you also in the
All right, Frank?
space?
We've got some. We got some
Boy,
videos.
I'm getting.
You got what?
I'm getting.
All right, test 1, 2, 3. How about now, Frank? 1, 2,
Okay,
3.
that's. Yeah, I was getting like all kinds of conversations
Yeah, I
going
got
on.
you. I think I know what was going on. I had to open on a tab and open on a phone. It's a technical issue on my end, but we'll just have to. If you want to see who's in the space, folks, go to X and join the space. We won't be able to bring them in live. Their audio is going to foul our game here, and we can't have that. Now, let's get into it, Frank. We've had. Did you know that the First Lady Melania Trump released a movie on Friday?
I've read about that. Yeah.
You know, the media who tells us what the truth is, they were kind of beating that down since Christmas, that this was coming out. It was a joke, and they predicted it to be a big flop. And Melania Trump, or the Amazon, who also put some money into this and produced this movie as well, they were hoping to do $4 to $5 million, and it actually exceeded expectations, knocking it out of the ballpark at $7 million on the opening weekend. And they believe that number will increase as it goes on. But check this. Check out what the media says about the First Lady.
The First Lady's documentary had a solid opening weekend, surprising critics who predicted a bomb. Melania arrives with strong box office for a documentary. Melania Trump documentary shocks at the box office.
It soared past expectations, bringing in more than $7 million.
It did best in Florida, Texas, and Arizona. The audience was 70% white women over the age of 55. These ladies in Texas all dressed in Melania's inauguration gown. Her former chief of staff, Stephanie Gershom, tells Inside Edition she's not surprised it did well.
She's so private. She's an enigma. Everybody wants to know more about her. That's just how it's always been.
but I'm pretty sure that people are going to come out of that movie and they're not going to know her any better than they did when they went in.
And the president just made the stunning out of nowhere announcement that he's closing the Kennedy Center for 2 years for a complete rebuilding.
What the president isn't saying, though, is that this does come after the Kennedy Center has faced a flood of cancellations ever since he took over the board of trustees and added his name to the physical building.
The 2-year closure of the Kennedy Center begins on July 4th.
What did you think about that, Frank, on the portrayal of our first lady in this documentary movie that she's put out? This was Inside Edition, folks, if you weren't watching. It was Inside Edition.
Yeah, I've been, like I said, I've been reading about it. I saw a meme that one of our friends put out that I thought was stupid. Showed a big airplane, and all the people were outside the airplane, right? Now, visualize that. They're outside, sitting on top of the airplane as it's flying. And the statement was they had Melania's movie going on, so they didn't want to see it, you know, and they're all outside the plane. Oh, fuck that shit. Bunch of fucking assholes. Bunch of assholes.
$7 million. I like the way they pulled the Kennedy Center in there when they're talking about Melania as a movie.
Yeah.
Well, by the way, a lot of people said they didn't like it, so they're closing it down for renovations. I believe this renovation project's been planned for some years, but it's just interesting how they'll spin that. Let's see what these folks in the space have to say about that. Corey, anybody want to make a comment on the First Lady's movie and how the media is portraying that? Very well. We can move along then. Let's see. Frank, you're Italian, right?
Sicilian, yes, Sicilian.
Is that Italian? That's Italian, no?
No, not really. They were separate for years, for hundreds of years.
Well, let me ask you, what's your relationship with garlic?
With garlic? I like garlic. That's my relationship. Yeah, I like garlic. Why? What do you got going on with garlic?
Well, there's 2 ways now I've learned you can consume garlic. Check this out.
Okay.
Here's a real hot take. I bet you didn't know you can taste garlic with your bare feet. Yep. Thanks to Allison, the chemical responsible for garlic's pungent odor, rubbing a clove of garlic on your feet will result in the flavor of garlic passing through your skin, entering the bloodstream, and eventually causing the taste of garlic in your mouth. Which of course is pretty mind-blowing, but also perhaps the most useless fact ever. But good to know that wearing shoes filled with garlic definitely won't keep your breath fresh. You know, in case your crazy old aunt tries to tell you it will.
Well, Frank, what do you think about that?
That was about the most useless information I've ever heard, as it stated there. Who gives a shit? That's silly. Who's going to put garlic on their feet? Come on, give me a break. Hey, I'll tell you what, though. Years ago, many years ago now, like my mother's generation, when she was a child, she told me that when they were ill, sick, let's say you had a fever, they would rub olive oil on your forehead and they'd put a string of garlic around your neck, you know? So
Why?
I have no, it was supposed to, you know, I don't know, have medicinal purposes, but it's an old wives' tale, you know, they had back then. But yeah, that was actually a thing, you know, in her day.
So on the real, are you going to try the garlic on the feet just to see if that's real? How many people in the space? Somebody's going to try this, right? Is Ronan in here? Ronan.
Somebody will.
Ronan to do it. Ronan, when you do it, we want you to report back. If you put your feet on garlic, will you eventually taste garlic in your mouth? Does Ronan have a mic in there, guys?
I've sent him a mic a couple of times. He hasn't taken one yet.
Yeah. Cody might want to get into that. You know, he's a little
weird.
weird.
If space wants to make any comments, I don't have to go to you guys. You can just listen. I'm cool with that. One there and just hearing crickets is kind of weird.
I will try the garlic trick, but all I have right now is garlic, so I'll have to go to the store and get some fresh ones and report back.
Yeah, according to the video, it looks like garlic, like whole garlic or garlic cloves may work.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I will say to Frank's comment as well, they do that in the Hispanic community as well, Frank. So when your baby's sick, you put some onions in their stock and put it on their feet while they sleep.
Well, it was the Spanish that invented the tomato red sauce that was adopted in Naples by Italians, and now Italians have kind of adopted that. But it was really the Spanish who created spaghetti sauce.
Huh. I'll be damned. And the Chinese are the ones that created spaghetti.
Does that hurt a little bit, Frank?
No, why would it bother me? It doesn't bother me. Why would it bother me?
What your culture is known for is like stolen, culturally appropriated, probably on stolen land too.
Yeah, who cares? Who cares? That's all bullshit. Who cares? Who really bothers with you? Who gives a fuck? I don't.
It didn't belong to you.
Yeah, I don't give a shit. I still like it. I don't care who invented it.
Stole their food. Tomatoes didn't come from Europe. Y'all stole them from like South America or something.
Yeah, who gives a shit?
I bet pepperoni's not even Italian. Where'd that come from?
I don't know where it came from. It's a dry sausage, I guess. I don't know. I don't know. I don't care. Yeah, it's dry sausage. Yeah.
Well, the Romans occupied most of the Western world. They're a bunch of colonizers anyway, so everything came from somewhere else. They hadn't stolen it.
Sure.
Yeah, but they wasn't eating pizza and spaghetti in ancient Rome because that didn't come about really until the 19th century.
Yeah, yeah.
That's pretty amazing. That something we think is people were chowing down on pasta in Italy back in the old days. It's really a relatively new thing even for them. They were afraid of the tomato. They thought it was poison.
Huh.
Also, so is Italy itself. It didn't come about to the 19th century either.
Right. Yeah, that's true.
Stolen land, 100%. I want to see this start being said on the European continent. There's a lot of stolen land over there too. Let's talk about it.
Well, there's a lot of stolen land everywhere. Everybody. Once upon a time, somebody else owned whatever property you're on today. It doesn't matter. It was someone else. Period. So.
Yep, you got to give it back. Range Minded puts a comment up, says, well, at Frank's age, I wouldn't be surprised if it was dry sausage. For Christ's sakes, that's rough.
That is rough. He's starting to get on my nerves here lately.
You talk good about that guy. He just throws a knife in your back at every opportunity.
Yeah, I know. And here I voted for him half a dozen times when he was doing that video thing.
Only a half a dozen. That's probably why you don't like you. You could have done half a dozen a day. You just did half at 6. You could have done that, Frank. That's a poor attempt.
Yeah, whatever. So.
I thought our motto for voting for the Range Minded podcast for Podcast of the Year was vote like a Democrat, often and frequently.
Yeah, often and frequently. Well, that's all the time I had.
Okay. All right. We know that our country, going back to the date of the signing of the Declaration of Independence, is 200 years this year, 250 years this year. It's a big deal.
Yeah.
So I've looked up what was significant in the week of February 5th, 1776.
Okay.
I'm sorry. In the Revolutionary War, not necessarily 1776, but 1775, there was a gentleman by the name of Henry Knox. Henry Knox was a bookshop owner, and he read books, and he really was intrigued with military defenses and tactics. So he read up on these things. So we got this issue going on in Boston. George Washington is there needing some cannons. So there was the great cannon train, artillery train is what it was, or the honorable artillery train, which was there was artillery pieces at a post Ticonderoga in New York, current day New York. I think it was New York then too. They needed those cannons. And George Washington referred to this Henry Knox, who lived in Boston, and asked him, "Hey, what would you think about how to defend or push the British out of Boston?" And he comes up with a plan, and says, "But you're gonna need artillery." So he puts this guy in charge, commissions him as an officer, and sends him up in the snow to bring this artillery down. And they placed it in Boston, and it was the oversight to push the Brits out of Boston proper. But check this out.
Mm-hmm.
This is Henry Knox. By the way, he went on to fight, I think, almost in every major battle in the Revolutionary War, and was our first Secretary of War.
Of 1775, a daring plan was set in motion by a young Colonel Henry Knox in the midst of the American Revolutionary War. Tasked with an almost impossible mission, Knox journeyed 300 miles from Fort Ticonderoga to Cambridge, Massachusetts. Braving harsh winter conditions, Knox's team hauled over 60 tons of artillery, navigating treacherous terrain. The journey saw cannons and heavy equipment painstakingly transported across frozen rivers and snow-covered forests. Knox's perseverance and strategic mind were evident as he overcame each obstacle with unwavering determination. Upon reaching Cambridge, these cannons were pivotal for General George Washington during the siege of Boston. The artillery was strategically placed on Dorchester Heights, significantly influencing the British evacuation. Henry Knox's journey symbolizes the spirit of resilience and innovation that defined the American Revolutionary War.
All right, well, I'm going to show you here this is who Henry Knox is. I'm going to pause it to read it. There's not much to it. It shows he wasn't this is from the U.S. Army website, actually. And it says he wasn't a soldier, but he was a bookseller. George Washington's a young man. But it just goes on to say that he did everything that I spoke of. He fought in almost every battle there and became the first Secretary of War of the United States. Pretty significant character that you don't hear a lot about.
Yeah. I've never heard that story. It's a good one. Yeah. Henry Knox.
And this goes back to 1775, so 251 years ago. George Washington was standing in Boston waiting for Henry Knox to bring back artillery at this time.
Yeah,
that's what was happening 251 years ago, not 250, but 251 years ago. So anybody in the space have anything to say about that? I mean, Corey, he wasn't a Marine. Unfortunately, he was just a U.S. Army soldier that went up there and hauled back cannons in the snow.
Well, I'd point out that these guns you're talking about, these were the same type that were primarily used for coastal defense. They were huge. You know, they weren't your lighter weight field artillery pieces. They weren't meant to be moved.
Well, and to get that, there's a thing called a gun carriage, that wooden thing you see when you see pictures of cannons of the day. Doc is right. These were permanent emplacement cannons. They didn't have the little wheelie dolly things that they could carry them on, so they didn't have that benefit. There's stories of them coming across frozen rivers with the weight of the cannons. So they're just dragging the cannon on the ground, the frozen ground, right? And the cannon would go into the river and crack the ice, and they would just pull it from the bottom of the river, keep pulling. They just didn't stop. They kept pushing it until they got these cannons to Boston, to siege Boston, to force the British out.
Man, they were tough. Those people were tough. They were tough. Can you imagine today doing shit like that? I mean, yeah. Holy crap.
Well, if I had enough horses, maybe.
Yeah. Jeez.
I mean, what else are you going to do? It's not like, I wish I had a truck, or they had. There was no other option. You either do it or don't do it. But young Henry Knox, like I say, no military training. He literally was a bookseller who liked to read the books that were in his store on military strategies. And Washington goes to him first to consult him on, what a good military strategy is to lay siege to Boston. And he gives the plan, but he relies heavily upon artillery to do that in these Dorchester Heights, right? If you're under artillery fire and you can't take the artillery out, that's a bad place to be. It'll make you move. And that's what he did with the British because of that. But he commissions him as a colonel right off the get to go up there and grab these cannons. So pretty interesting. Another officer that was involved in this whole operation was Benedict Arnold. Benedict Arnold was actually the person that was in charge that actually went up there and beat the small contingent that was in Ticonderoga. This was a British fort, and they emptied it out and actually seized the cannons. But it was Henry Knox, Colonel Henry Knox, that got that back to the Boston for the siege of Boston. Pretty interesting, right?
Very interesting, yes.
I don't see any hands up in the space. You guys still being quiet? I'll take.
No, have you been hearing us?
No, I've been asking questions and I get nothing back. Would anybody like to make any comments on this?
Well, we all been saying something. I mean, I thought you would hear at least that we were talking and we're trying to answer your question. But,
No, I heard Doc's comment.
Right now.
I heard Doc's comment.
Well, I think you're getting old and you may need a hearing aid.
Oh, really? Our next story is about age, interestingly enough.
Okay. Well, let's go with that.
Let's go with that. Frank, do you know there is a shark that they could literally name the Frank shark? They could rename it.
No.
It is a shark. It's called the Greenland shark. It lives around the Greenland island in the cold waters, and they live to be very old. The shark that we're going to see here is believed to be 500 years old. That would put him back during the time of Isaac Newton, is when he was a wee lad. So that's an old ass shark. Check this out.
Yeah.
Researchers have found an ancient shark in the North Atlantic, believed to be 512 years old, which could be the oldest living vertebrate in the world.
Wow.
Greenland sharks are relatively ugly and bizarre looking creatures. It has a long, thick grey body, and its small head consists of a short, rounded snout, with ghostly eyes and an ever-gaping mouth. The species is often plagued by worm-like parasites that latch onto their eyes. Marine biologist Julius Nielsen and his team have been studying an 18-foot Greenland shark. They believe it's at least 272 years old, and possibly as old as 512 years. Greenland sharks have been known to live for hundreds of years and spend most of their lives swimming around looking for a mate. But the recent research proves that this species of shark could live to be even older. Researchers are looking into how Greenland sharks' long life genes could shed light on what determines life expectancy in different species, including humans. So how did this shark reach this age? Well, Greenland sharks are found in the deep water of the Atlantic Ocean, from Canada to Norway. The answer likely has to do with a very slow metabolism and the cold waters that they inhabit. The method to discover the age of the animal was determined last year. Researchers found a way to predict age by analysing the lens and cornea of the eye, which they believe links size with age. Greenland sharks, also known as gurry sharks or grey sharks, grow at a rate of 1 centimetre a year, enabling scientists to determine their age by measuring their size. This particular shark was measured at 18 feet in length and weighed over a tonne. By measuring the size of the shark, researchers suggest the animal could have been born as early as 1505, making it even older than Shakespeare. With an estimated age of 512 years old, that makes this creature extraordinary, and it should be considered among the absolute oldest animals in the world. I'm going to put a list of historical events that happened over the last 512 years in the Show More section of this video that this shark was alive for. Saying an age of 512 years old does not really sink in until you realise it was alive when European settlers arrived on the American mainland of Panama in 1508.
There you go, Frank. The Frank shark.
Yeah.
Named after you. You know, it's interesting how they were able to determine age. Is that the cornea, the lens on this shark, evidently is it doesn't like replace itself. So it's like it grows one time and stays there for their entire life. So they can take a small sample of it and carbon date it, and they can tell that's when they were talking about a new way was discovered recently by examining the eye. They actually carbon date a piece of the lens and tell them how old the shark is.
Yeah, that's interesting. That's something. Yeah, that's something. Yeah, I could understand the cold water part slowing down the metabolism. That's pretty slick. Yeah, I never heard of that shark before.
Yeah, but I mean, think about it. That shark was swimming around during Pilgrims and all of U.S. history. That shark, there's been only one of them.
Yeah.
We're only one shark old in the United States.
Yeah, that's something. But that shark don't know shit from Shinola. He's just swimming around, and every day is just another day, right?
You don't know.
So, yeah,
he's old and wise. Cool. That shark may know a lot of shit.
Yeah, he might. Yeah. Well, he knows enough to stay alive, that's for sure. So he must not have any predators other than himself. So.
Yeah. Speaking of old and wise, we've got a couple of hands up in the space. John and then Ronan.
All right.
Yeah, it's John. Hey, it's funny. Radio talk show talked about that just last week about that shark. That's
Did they also call it the Frank shark?
no, they didn't call it the Frank shark.
Now, John, you're about 90 days older than Frank. They can name a shark after you too.
Well, today I'm 79.
Shit.
Well, happy birthday, John.
Happy birthday, John.
Happy birthday, John.
Went and had a good workout with my trainer, and Christ, I thought I was back in boot camp. But I'm alive and kicking and feeling great, and I like the conversation. This is good, and I appreciate the happy birthdays. I really do.
No worries. I'm going to scour the internet and look for a John Shark. By the way, John, you are the most experienced person in birthdays in this space. No one knows about birthdays more than you.
I know. I've been around the sun a few times.
Frank's a close damn second, I'm telling you. I learned in the space recently between you guys talking, you're not even a year older than Frank. You're just older than Frank by some months.
Yeah, a couple months. Yeah. So
Frank, you and Frank are essentially the same age.
4 months. 4 months. Yeah. I'll be 79 in June.
You guys are the only two Greenland sharks I know.
Yeah, we're some old sharks. Yeah, we are. Yeah.
I see we got a couple more hands up in there. Host or co-host, you want to call them out?
Yeah, we got Ronan and then we got Burton.
Yeah, what up, guys? Hey, allegedly recent information suggests that the Frank sharks might be attacking polar bears. That's a hell of a twist considering the size difference.
Man, they look like they move pretty slow in the water. I don't think they're really attacking anything. Except for some calendar dates. They're putting them down left and right. But other than that, they don't look like they're the divers are just swimming around them. They didn't appear to be all upset about it.
Well, I got a question. Did Ronan get that same information from the same place he got the thing about dolphins raping humans?
the dolphin big R caves.
Yeah.
They got one of these, right? They got one of these Frank sharks, and they cut its stomach open. This is what they do when they find them like this, right?
Yeah.
And they had like a bear femur and some other shit come out its stomach.
Well, who's to say the bear didn't fall in the water and drown, and the shark does what a shark does? He ate it. This is no evidence. This is just as much evidence as the dolphin sexual assault cages.
Yeah,
because these sharks are very cumbersome. They're very slow. They're very I don't want to say passive, but they're not. They're not great whites.
Right, but there's a dead bear floating in the water. I can see it going up and eating off of it.
Yeah, that'd be my guess.
Frank would know.
That wasn't funny.
Go ahead, Hawk, before we get to the next subject.
I was just wondering if what the report says is correct. That shark has spent more time looking for women and chasing women, females, than America has been around.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Frank could give probably a run for his money. Frank back in the day, he was a rounder, as they say.
Don't start no shit, Joe. I ain't that
Your
fucking
stories,
old,
bro. I'm just telling your story.
I ain't that old. At least there's someone in here older than I am. That makes me feel pretty
Dude,
good.
don't get on John. John beats you by like 60 days. Essentially, it's a tie. So leave John alone. It's his birthday. Why are you pissing on his birthday? That's wrong.
I'm just making a true statement, okay? That's it. That's all.
You're just happy somebody beats you by some hours in here. Shit, technically, I'm not the oldest son of a bitch around.
Frank and John sharks, the thing about it, I think John is the wingman. So Frank and John just cruising through the water looking for the lady sharks on their rascals.
Running them down. A polar bear leg here and there as you need to, but I tell you what, let's get on to the next subject now. Corey, you do a lot of spaces about color and race and things like that. Where this is, I don't mean you do them about that, but it comes up very commonly in your as a topic in some of your spaces. I saw something on advertising for JCPenney portraits. You know, you can go get your family portrait done at JCPenney. Check this out and see if you notice anything.
Do y'all see something strange about this picture? Is there anything strange about this picture? Matter of fact, just comment I see it when you see it. Just comment I see it when you see it.
Frank, did you notice anything strange about that advertisement?
Yeah, I do. The Black family, of course, this is really hard to see in here. Let me see if I can blow that up. Okay, so it's a mom with.
Let me make it bigger for you.
No. I got it. It's a mom with two daughters, or is that a little boy with an afro? And then the other one is a full family, dad, mom, and children. So yeah, they're showing the picture without a dad in the Black family.
Did you say a full family?
Yeah.
Okay. Yes. Yes. I'll add you back to the stage, Frank, when you put your avatar back on, sir.
A full family.
Yeah, a full family. The other one's incomplete. Well, if you're not watching the stream, if you're not watching the stream, you've got a top and bottom picture for. It's literally JCPenney's, like a marquee you'd see sitting in the mall to have family portraits done. And on the top one, it presents a family as a mother and two children, and then the bottom family, a Black woman as a mother with two children, and the bottom picture is of a white family, mother and father and two children. So there's a father in one, and there's not a father in the other.
Yeah. A full family, and you guys got a big kick out of that. What's so funny about that? It's a complete. It's complete. Mom, dad, and kids. It's a complete family. Okay. Okay.
So
let's get that out of the way.
If a woman doesn't have a husband and she has some children, that's an incomplete family.
Yeah.
I mean, you have to bang someone to get them children, right?
Well, not completely. She wasn't able to seal the deal and have the man stay along for the diaper change. Let's go. I have some comments in the space. Let's go. Corey, what did you think about this? What do you think about the less than full family advertised here?
Well, one thing is, I more or less I'm accountable for myself. I can go home to my complete family or completed family, and I can laugh at that because that's hilarious. I just go home to my family. That's what I want.
How else would you explain it? I mean, a family is not complete unless it has a man and the mother, father, mother.
I would say that one shows a father, one shows not a father. I don't know that I would say complete or incomplete.
Oh, is that some kind of some kind of?
Nah, nobody's thinking he's
Frank, let me tell you about this thing called microaggressions.
I didn't hear that. What did you say?
I said, let me tell you about this thing they call microaggressions.
Microaggressions. Okay.
But here's the deal, and I think we hear this. We talk about liberals all the time. How liberals are really racist, racism through low expectations, and just the way they portray things with color. And I think this is another example of it. I think somebody thought they were really showing what a modern black family looked like, when that's just kind of the liberal narrative. It's not the case. It's not true.
Exactly. That's usually what liberals try to do, is they'll highlight that part and then turn around and put a complete family in contrast to that.
That's right.
Maybe
Complete family.
Maybe we're seeing it wrong here. Maybe they're showing the diversity.
Yeah, that's all a bunch of crap.
Yeah.
Period.
They're diverse. There's all kinds of families right there in just two pictures.
Yeah. Just pushing a narrative.
Wow, Range Minded went in a different place. Maybe Dad was buying some Jordans and didn't make it back in time for the setting. Wow.
You already know. Dad knows that photograph could be used for proof of paternity in court. That's why he didn't show up.
Damn, who was that?
I think that was Napoleon.
Calm down, Napoleon. You sound like you got a hard no when it comes to family photos.
Oh, I do. That one with the Boshipa and her baby mama larva, that was a McDonald's version of advertising to black people for coming to JCPenney for or Sears, I don't know which one it was, for the photos. We actually went to a Western Sizzling to get my first photo back in 1978.
Did they allow the father to be in the picture in that one?
You were around in 1978, right?
I was.
Okay, there you go. That's your answer.
Like, was it a full family picture?
It's not a full family, it's a complete family picture.
You know what, Frank, that may make the intro reel. One shows a complete family and the other one doesn't.
Well, how else would you phrase it? All right. How would you phrase it?
One doesn't have a father in the picture.
Well, that's a complete family then, isn't it? A family consists of...
Do you think that a woman who doesn't have a husband and has two children, do you think she walks around thinking I have an incomplete family?
No, she probably doesn't. But
she fills out paper
fact
family
is,
status incomplete.
A family is known as having a man, woman, and children. So that's considered a complete family. So there you go.
Okay.
Period. End of the story.
What if they didn't have any children? Is that incomplete also?
Yeah, that would be complete or incomplete. Well, then they're just
You call that
single.
a couple. You wouldn't call that.
Yeah, that's just a couple. Yeah. And then if it's not a couple, then they're single individuals. And then once they get together, now that's a man and a wife. Then they have children, and that completes the family.
Now,
Get
it's
it?
2026. What if there was two chicks sitting up there, a mom and a mom? Is that a complete family?
No, that's bullshit. That's fucking weird. That's fucking weird.
So there's only one complete family.
That's right. There's only one complete or one natural family that's been going on for thousands of years, and that's a man, a woman, children. Not two women, not two fucking men, like our previous. What the fuck was his position? That little jack off.
Department of Transportation.
Yeah, him.
Judge.
Yeah, him. So anyway.
Well, B says she's washing her complete set of dishes while listening. A lot of completion going on here today.
Well, there you go. Yeah. Well, everything has to be put together. You know, can't have half of this and half of that. It's not complete.
Well, Frank, let me ask you this: since you clearly understand the women's liberation and that kind of thing, so.
Mm-hmm.
Look at this travesty that's being portrayed upon our working class Americans.
All right.
Yesterday, I met with a manufacturing company, but they also are engaged in getting young people more engaged in manufacturing. So I asked them, so how many of those students that are signing up and want to do this, how many are women? And they said, well, I know there's at least 13% or something. It was a low number. And you had mentioned trying to engage more women in manufacturing. I'm just wondering if just the name manufacturing sounds like a guy.
In case you didn't catch that.
Manufacturing sounds like a guy. The name manufacturing sounds like a guy.
Yep, she said that. So Frank, do we name the term, the process of manufacturing to exclude women?
Oh my God. What will they come up with next? Oh geez. I don't even know what to say about that fucking woman. She's out of her.
Somebody to do something, you name it something they wouldn't like, it wouldn't be attractive to them, so that they just go do something else.
Yeah, well, manufacturing, it defines a product or products that are going to be made, created, manufactured. Yeah, there's no
manufactured. Manufactured is clearly there.
Yeah. Yeah, manufactured. So no, I don't see. These people look for connections. They look for shit to use this male female bullshit. So I just ignore people like her. They're stupid.
So you say there's her quest or her query there has no merit? She said there's only like 13% female in this program. I mean, could you not explain it with they just don't like the name?
No, they just don't want to be in a manufacturing type of job, period.
Because the job kinda sucks.
So yeah, well, 13% of them do and the rest don't. So, no big fucking deal. What are you going to change the name to? What that's going to attract women, and then they find out that we're making
manufacturer. She
my ass.
They're really wrecking her story.
You could just do it like they do with the pronouns and stuff. You just call it like Zurin or Juice or I don't know, Prancing. You call it anything you want, so that women will go. We want women to go do that job, and the only reason they won't do it because they don't like the name. Anybody in the space back that up?
Nope.
That's got who dat. You got Jamie. He's pretty feminine. He could probably give an angle on it.
Oh God.
How about B? Is B in there? She could.
Now B's watching dishes because she's not getting around no manufacturing.
Manufacturing.
We got Krista down there. And we got Just Meters down there.
Well, if they got mics, come on up and talk. If you don't want to talk, that's cool. But
yeah, Christian, Christian or just me? What do you think about that? Would that scare you away from a job? Why? What? It's just stupid.
Women did all the manufacturing in World War II.
They sure did. They made airplanes. They made everything. Of course, that was a different situation, but maybe today.
Look, Sharks, because when the men came back, the women left it because they didn't like the name of the job. They didn't want to be in manufacturing.
I think that's freaking stupid. I think that's retarded. That's liberal retard bullshit.
Only 13% of women in the trades because they don't like it.
Because it has the word man in it. That's just freaking stupid.
Yes,
it is stupid. It is. It's stupid. Just ridiculous.
I tell you what, if you had a field that had the word female in it or woman or chick in it, dudes would just drive to those. That would interest them just for the fact who's there doing the job.
Yeah.
What are they gonna call it? Female factoring?
Female factoring.
Pretty valid. When I was a teenager, I took home ec because that's where all the girls were. So maybe that's the same thing that's happening in the manufacturing class.
Yeah, you're just trying to push your manufacturing around in spaces that you don't belong, Doc.
Hey, baby, let's do some manufacturing.
Okay, this is an elected official, right? That idiot represents someone. I have to go back and look and see who it is. We should start calling out people like regions, like, hey, this is the idiot that's speaking for you. You cool with this? Who's going to be cool with like that idiot tirade she just said? I think she's ridiculous. Do you guys remember the protester in Minnesota that got shot in the eye with the less lethal projectile?
Yeah.
He needs some advice. What do you? Let's listen to him and then let's give him some advice.
Injuries now and the prognosis. Will you be blind in that eye for life?
From what I've heard the doctors say and everyone else, yes, I will be blind for life. They said my globe was ruptured. I had like my lower lid was like cut up, and they had to take skin from my temple to fix it. There's a lot to it. I don't remember all the things that they said. I have fractures in my skull that they can't fix, and I can't sneeze or cough because it's dangerous too. I remember also when I shot, there was pepper in it, and I had pepper down my throat. It made it hard to breathe for a long time. They pulled a piece of plastic the size of a nickel out of my eye. They said I had shards of metal, glass, and plastic all throughout my eye and behind my eye and in my skull. And they also said that I had a piece of shrapnel metal about a few millimeters away from my carotid artery. And they said it was a miracle I survived, because if it got any closer, if it hit that, I would have died that night.
Totally blind right now? You see nothing out of the eye?
Nothing out of this eye. Yeah, it's black.
Okay.
Well, do stupid shit, you win stupid prizes. And what's with the fingernails? He has painted fingernails.
Okay, listen, let's address this. The elephant in the room on this. I know it's got hair like a dude. I know it's dressed like a dude. It's even got some facial hair like a dude, but this is not a dude.
No.
This is a chick.
Yeah. That's what I'm.
I was definitely gonna say that's a bottom.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's got nothing to top with. I'll put you that way. It's more like Ken than anything else down there.
You know, tough fucking shit. All I gotta say is tough shit. You're there trying to stop federal agents from doing their job, which is a legal job. They're within all legal rights, and you're out there trying to stop these people from doing their job and taking illegal people out of this country. Whatever you get, you deserved it. You shouldn't have been there to begin with. Those men are trying to do their fucking job. Stay out of their way. It's not your fucking business.
I think the best advice I could give it is don't fight men. You're a chick. You should stay out of it. You're gonna get fucked up if you do.
Yeah. I just have no sympathy for him. Just like that chick that picked up the flashbang. What, are you stupid? So now supposedly she's going to have fingers. Yeah. Oh, it was a dude?
The guy that picked up that picked up the flashbang was a dude.
Yeah. No shit. Holy crap.
He's a dude now with no fingers.
Yeah.
No, didn't lose any fingers. Did some damage, but he didn't lose any fingers.
Okay.
He's gonna have a hard time rubbing one out.
Yeah.
You know, I didn't go that far with it. I'm sure other things would be difficult in his life as well.
Well, we know where Corey's priorities are.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much his go-to.
You ain't a man if you can't switch it.
Another country heard from.
You know, he sees a guy in a cast, and a lot of us go like, well, I bet things are difficult with him. He's like, I know what he's not doing.
Well, no, if you switch the hand, that's called a stranger.
Way out of line we are. Way out of line. Let's try to put this back on the road. Frank, you gonna let that happen?
Gonna let what happen? Corey talking crazy? I can't control him. He's out of
Frank and Joe show. Jump in there and control your name.
He's out of control all the time, that guy.
All right. For you guys that have been in some spaces with me, I don't tell this story often, but I've told it more than once, that I knew of a time when I was a police officer of a zebra who reached under a fence, grabbed a guy's pants legs and pulled him under the fence and bit both of his feet off, right? And I've told this story before. This is a true, 100% true story.
Yeah.
And everybody's like, "Oh my God," they don't necessarily believe it. But check this out from Ohio.
What's going on? I got attacked by a zebra. You got attacked by a what? Send the squad quick. Okay, what attacked you? A zebra. A zebra? Yes, a horse. Okay, is there anybody with you that's injured or just you? It's just me right now. Okay, where's the zebra at? In the field with me. I got a flyer here. Okay, is your arm... Chopper. Okay, we're starting a medic now. Listen, is your arm still attached? You what? Did he bite your arm? Did he? Oh, hell yeah. Okay, is it still attached? Huh. Is it still attached, sir? Come before it gets me again. Okay, listen. What? Get me an helicopter. Okay, is your arm still attached, sir? I don't think so. You don't think so? Are you heavily bleeding? Yeah. Okay, do you have any kind of cloth or anything you can put around your arm and hold pressure? I can't even get up. Huh? I can't even get off the ground. Okay. Can you put pressure for what's on your arm against the ground? I can't move. Okay? Okay, stay on here with me. I'm getting you help, okay? Yeah. How old are you, honey? I'm 72 years old. 72? Okay.
There you have it. Out of Ohio, the man owned a zebra. The zebra turns on him and bites his arm off. By the way, his arm did have to be amputated. He loses his arm over a zebra biting it off with him square-ass teeth. What do you think about that, Frank?
Wow. Holy shit, man. My first question is, why do you have a zebra? I don't know. Oh my gosh, that's unbelievable. Well, I had no idea, but I mean, I don't know. You get these animals out of the wild and you try to tame them or whatever. It's like buying a lion or some fucking thing and think that he's going to be like a pussycat. It doesn't work. Damn.
He wasn't like a pussycat. That's for damn sure.
Yeah, no shit.
And by the way, they had to put the zebra down. If you're watching the stream, you'll see the actually body-worn cam that's being played as the 911 call audio's on top of it. But they wound up having to put the zebra down because the zebra is trying to bite the police when he shows up out there. They had to kill the zebra.
Yeah. I don't blame them. Fucking thing's dangerous, man. If it rip your arm off.
Yeah, can you imagine getting your arm bit off by them square teeth like a horse? They got teeth like a horse. Them some square teeth, right?
Yeah. And horses are known for doing that shit. I mean, I don't know of any that have taken limbs off,
Frank,
but I've
never heard of a horse biting somebody's feet or arm.
No, I haven't either. But they do bite. So
but they don't bite your feet and arm off, man.
No.
The guy I'm talking about was pulled just like this, pulled under the fence. It wasn't even his zebra; it was his neighbor's zebra. He was outside on a cell phone. You talk on the phone. He's out there walking close to the fence, and the zebra's there. The zebra sticks his head under this fence, grabs his feet, pulls him under, and then bites both of them feet off.
Damn.
I think they were able to put one back on, and he lost a foot. But the deputy that arrived and called me and gave me the report on it. And in the pictures, you can see the only thing that was holding it was both feet where the skin back on the behind the ankle, like where the Achilles heel is. That's the only portion that wasn't bit through with these big square teeth.
Oh my God. Yeah, that's just crazy. That's like people take these chimpanzees and want to domesticate them. And we've heard how many stories about chimps biting off people's faces and shit like that.
Face off a chimp. Look, whenever you look at a zebra, we think it's like a cute little animal, like a horse. Like it's not going to do anything to you, but I'm telling you, those things will bite your limbs off. Corey,
they're terrible.
What do you think about you've heard my zebra story about the feet. Here it is. You see it right there. I'm not lying. Zebras will bite your limbs off. What do you think?
Yeah, before Corey goes, I'll just say east side of the mountains here got a lot of horse breeders, and they'll run a donkey with the horses because it will stomp a mountain lion to death. It'll leave tattered remains. They're a lot more aggressive, and a zebra is basically just a scaled up donkey.
It is. And yes, I believe it. It's still a wild animal. I haven't really seen them domesticate zebras like that. So it's still a wild animal, and any wild animal is going to be dangerous. But I'm more concerned about her asking, is it still attached? Bitch, I don't fucking know. He fucking bit me. I don't know what you want me to say. Get somebody here. I'm bleeding out.
Well, y'all killing me on YouTube, boy. Just like ding, 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 ding.
Oh, dog it. Okay. I'm sorry, YouTube. I forgot the algorithm and everything and how it goes. Yes, the ding dings. I'm sorry. Yeah, I figured that that dispatcher was sitting there asking questions. I get it. You want that person to stay awake and somewhat coherent, but Lord have mercy. When they ask them questions, is it still attached? I don't know right now. All I know is I got bit by a horse.
Well, part of the tactic is you keep them engaged so they don't go into shock. So she could have actually kept him, in better shape by engaged. Doc probably would have a better idea on that, but I think that's what the dispatcher's doing.
You want to give VMS as much information as you can give them in terms of the nature of the injuries. If it's if it's a severed limb, you're going to need to bring some different shit than just a laceration. So you want to ask those questions.
The old man was clear what he wanted. Bring me a helicopter. I need a helicopter.
Yeah.
It's bad. It's bad.
Get my ass out of here. Yeah, holy shit.
We've also got Robert with his hand up.
Okay.
On him to not change the subject.
Yeah, well, I'll cut him off if he doesn't.
Go ahead, Robert.
All I was, just listening to you, Jill, it might sound like I'm trying to like kiss your butt or something, but I think you have a good, presentation voice. Jill, you kind of remind me of like Robert Krupa, come on down or something. And I was just thinking like, you do the Grand Prix. Have you ever thought about doing more interactive stuff on here, like a trivia or anything like that?
No, the only thing that just went through my mind is I wish that the zebra would bite your feet off.
Oh, that was rough.
That's cool. Guys, we've got just a few more minutes left in this. We're going to end it in the space or the live stream. Frank and I will join you in the space, and we'll keep cutting it up. But Corey, my co-host in there, Corey and Doc, any parting words you'd have for the audience?
I would like to say, don't get bit by a zebra. It doesn't feel good.
Yeah,
I'd say this falls in the same category as trying to pet the buffalo. You don't bring wild animals home and try to domesticate them. They're not.
I never heard of a buffalo biting off somebody's foot, but I'll give you that. Well, Frank, parting words for this week. Great episode 7.
Well, no, I'm glad everybody's here and we had a good time. And it's getting warmer here in Missouri. Going to get up to 60 and melt all this damn snow. So that's all I got to say.
Well, you just keep in mind that shark lived to be that old because of cold weather. So don't rush your cold weather out too quick. You and John, you're around that cooler hair.
Well, we've made it through heat and cold. So we're going to keep plugging away.
For you and John, Frank and John, we give you guys a hard time, but we've got nothing but respect for you. Both of you are Vietnam combat veterans, and our hats off to you, even though we give you a hard time.
Yeah, we know that. Appreciate it.
All right, folks, join us in the X space. Corey's got it up and running now. If you want an invite to it, you don't have it, shoot me at me, shoot a DM to me, get my attention, and I'll get it to you, and we'll see.
Frank tells tales of 1852.
A real airman would be able to tell me.
While Joe's
no, you're full of shit. Not at that fucking altitude.
A real airman in the space down there. He can tell me what kind of fire.
Yeah, they'd be full of shit too. They've always had their mouth flapping about how wonderful they are. So.
It's time for the Frank and Joe
All right, that's enough stroking, Frank.
Hey, thank you.
That's not what we're here for.
Don't
He gets
start no
enough of
shit,
that anyway.
Joe. Don't start no shit.
From his home health care nurse.